Hi, I'm Steven, the calculator guy, and today we're going to talk about what everyone is talking about, which is Radiant Capital. They are an omni-chain money market operated primarily out of Arbitrum, and they allow you to collateralize funds on Arbitrum and then borrow against them on other chains, which is really cool. And they do a bunch of other stuff, so we're going to look into it. But before we do that, I do have an announcement that I want to get out there. The $15 a month promotion ends on August 5th, and I just want everyone to know that. So you want to lock in that $15 a month rate, at least for a year. Then you have to sign up before August 5th. After August 5th, is going to go back to $25 a month, and that's for everything, including premium videos, premium strategy guides, this, that, the other thing, access to everything. So $15 a month, you want to lock that in. You got to do it before August 5th. After that, it's going to be $25 a month. Just want to let you guys know that. Okay, that's it. Let's jump in. The first thing I want to say is that my man, Rick Diomedes, did an amazing post on Radiant Capital, and I believe a few other people are doing interviews with them, so like you're going to see them all over the place, I think, for a while. They're pretty much a Geist fork is a way of thinking about this, and let's just look at them. So I do recommend checking out this thread. I will link this thread in the description. But here Radiant is. You can see they already have $200 million, kind of. And they're a day old. They launched, I think, yesterday, like midday. Their token shot up. I mean, it's from 16 cents earlier to 19 cents. It's still going up. That's amazing. Even though the yields are really high. But there's a bunch of stuff going on there that I think is important and that we should talk about. And so at first glance, right, it looks like your basic money market. You have deposit and borrow APYs. And then you have a lot of additional incentive in the RDNT token. Now, if you do farm these rewards, there's a 28 day, I think, is that right? 4 weeks, 28-day vesting period for you to actualize the entire rewards, or you can get hit by a 50% penalty to farm immediately. Farm immediately. Why do I say that? Because there's just going to be so much sell pressure on the RDNT token in the future due to these really high initial incentives that the token is going to go down in price. It's going to go down. It may go up first. It may go up even higher. I don't know where the top is. Don't know where peak is. If you're swing trading this, Godspeed and good luck. It still has plenty of more hype to accrue, plenty of more people to interest. And, I'm not saying 19 cents is the top. It could go higher, certainly. I'm just saying when you have tokenomics that put future sell pressure on an asset, that asset gets sold in the future, which, brings the price down. So all of these rewards, the only way to actualize that APR is to sell this token. And so that's what's going to happen, either at a 50% penalty to sell it immediately, or at 100% of it in the future. So if you came in here and you wanted to deposit, right, you would deposit from Arbitrum, deposit any of these tokens, and you could just do that, right? If you're just depositing, really not much risk. You're getting 21% on DAI, 20% on USDC, 25% on USDT, not bad. And then, 24% on Ethereum, 18% on Wrapped Bitcoin, and even like these base level, 3% on Wrapped Bitcoin and Ethereum, those aren't terrible for Wrapped Bitcoin and Ethereum. Not terrible yields at all. And then the borrows, you're getting paid to borrow, right? So this is negative 5.7% plus 26%. So this is going to be net positive 21%. Likewise, this is going to be net positive 21%. So you're getting paid to borrow, paid to lend. That's crazy good. And I can sort of show you, because I made a looping calculator, how high these are going to go. So let's take the deposit of let's do DAI, one of my favorite stables. This is 2.13 and 19.54. So 2.13 and 19.4. 2.13 is the supply APY in DAI, and then the rewards, the additional subsidy is going to be 19.4. Let's say we're looping DAI. We have 5.79 is the charge, so negative 5.79, and then the rewards was at 21%, 26.05%. Okay, so you can see the looping APY. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me enlarge this a bit. Is 725%. Crazy high. Now, this is only 10 loops. If you're not looping this, right, and the rewards APRs are 0, it's actually negative 14%. So on your underlying DAI, you're actually at a negative APR, which means your LTV will slowly increase as your debt increases in value relative to your collateral. So as your debt increases in value relative to your collateral, your LTV will increase, inching you closer to liquidation, unless you're taking those inflationary rewards, those RDNT tokens, and selling them into your collateral, in which case you really don't have much to worry about. So that's pretty cool. And the way you would loop is you go over to borrow, you click, you know, however much DAI you have. It looks like you can only leverage 4 times. Darn, can't leverage too much. And at four levers, you're still in the hundreds of percents. That's pretty cool. So one click loop, that's awesome. Bring your DAI, throw it in there. I like that they're honest about this. They're saying that the net APY on your DAI, let me move my head, is negative 8.83%, which means that, again, your debt is increasing at 8.83% relative to your collateral, and if you just waited and did nothing, you would eventually get liquidated. So your rewards APR is 156%. This must mean that they're taking some sort of fees out, because purely by the numbers, it should be around 134 APR, 156. We disagree on the math here, but that's fine. And then APY, I think the AP, I don't know what this is assuming. Maybe it's assuming that you compound every 28 days. Do I have that ability? Days out, compounds per day. Oh gosh, let's do equals 1 divided by 28. Yeah, even still, you'd have a higher APY. So I don't know where they're getting those numbers from. I'm sure there's a smart place. But anyways, you can see the APYs are really high. Again, I recommend, selling your rewards at the penalty, at the 50% penalty, and just compounding into your collateral. That way you get a nice buffer in your collateral. I hope that the loops connect to your collateral, so you could just deposit more DAI here, and then your loop would just have a lower LTV. That would be cool. I imagine that's the case, but I don't really know. So staking, they have 2 different opportunities for staking. But let's jump back for a second. If you do the manage Radiance token, one cool thing you can do is lock it. And I say cool, but I don't know if I would personally do this, because there's a little bit of risk involved. But I do kind of in the back of my mind think that this protocol might get pretty big one day. And if they do effectively get pretty big one day, then there may be some opportunities to short the RDNT token, which would be a really fun way to get nice platform fees in RDNT and be delta neutral. I'm all about that neutrality. So here what you would do is you would lock your RDNT, maybe you earned RDNT, maybe you just bought RDNT, and by locking it, you're actually getting those 50% penalties distributed to you. Now, good and bad here, right? The good is you're incentivizing people to have RDNT, to hold it, to lock it, and to benefit from other people sort of leaving money on the table, right? On the bad side, like you're still giving out 100% of the RDNT, and so all of the APRs you see can be actualized by somebody. It's not like if you claim early, you just get half, and Radiant gets to keep those tokens. They're still being distributed, which is still going to put a lot of sell pressure on the assets, I think. At least that's my own personal theory. And so anyways, you can lock your Radiant here. It's subject to 4-week locking period, and will continue to earn fees after locks expire if you do not withdraw. So that's kind of cool, right? It earns platform fees and the penalty fees and unlocked RDNT. So you're also getting platform fees. I like that. Current APR, 855. Guys, if you convert that to APY, it's going to be ridiculous. Let's say you compound every 4 weeks, right? Let's just do the whole locking period as a compound. It's still going to be really high. Going back to one of my OG, I found out I made this calculator like a year ago. That's crazy. It's been a whole year. Still one of my favorite calculators. So if we do the base APR as 555, let's say you days till compound, 28 days. No gas fees. Compound APY, 10,000%. And that's if you compound once every 28 compounds. Let's start. 28, that's 4 weeks. What is 52 divided by 4? Divided by 4. 13. So, 52 divided by 4 weeks is 13 sets of those. Why am I drawing a blank here? Oh yeah, 13. Number of compounds. 13? Still 1,087% APY. Crazy, right? So, that's cool. But again, a word of caution, I do expect this token's value to decrease. It should have some sort of chart, like all these charts, where it goes up and then down. I mean, we can look at a bunch of different assets, but anytime you're giving these assets away in an inflationary manner, there's just going to be a sell pressure. You're just creating sell pressure. That's it. So, just keep that in mind. And then staking, you can LP it. I believe this is wrapped Ethereum. Yeah, Radiant wrapped Ethereum. APR, 1,009. We just throw that in there, right? Throw that bad boy in there. 1,000. Is it? I think it's 1,000. 1.9. What is it? No. Okay. So it's This is like an ohm fork. I mean, look at that APR. Now, again, I do expect this to go down. So if you're with the Ethereum, you're probably going to experience a lot of impermanent loss. You can't really hedge this. So, if you want to play this quickly and, try to capitalize on the hype of this protocol, you may do all right. You may do okay. But I don't know where the top for Radiant is. Some of these things will run. Yeah, it's at 20 cents right now. It just increased by, what is that, 19 to 20, 0.5%? No, that's over 1%. That's 1/20. It's like 4%. So good for Radiant's price. That's amazing. I don't know where it's going to peak. So, keep that in mind. I do think eventually we're going to see a big drawdown. The market size is a little bit deceptive because it looks like you have 201 million locked, but really, if you take all of the deposits and then minus the borrows, which is 37 plus 47, that's like 80. Let's say 80, 120-ish, 160-ish. Well, let's just say 170. You end up with like 30 million. So that's the collateral minus the borrow. And so that's not really 2 and 1. They're kind of, I don't know if they're fudging the numbers really, but keep that in mind. You have effectively 30 million that turns into 201 million. A lot of looping going on, I guess. But yeah, so anyways, that's it. I think that's, Radiant Capital. It's exciting. I think it's exciting. You can collateralize an Arbitrum, borrow on other chains. They have great, I think they spent like $5 million on audits. That's a lot of money for audits, you guys. As someone who's looked into the cost of audits, even $1 million on audits, it's a lot of money. I wonder who did their audits. I would imagine it's like one of the top tier auditors, one of the higher ones, like Open Zeppelin or something. We can look in the docs and find out, right? Audit. Solidity, yeah, another good one. So, you can look through their audit, of course, if you want to. I always recommend reading their white papers. Yeah, people who are swing trading this right now are doing all right. That's a little bit risky for my appetite. But, yeah, we were talking about this back when it was 15 cents. So, if you want to come join the Discord for some alpha. We're not really an alpha group. We're like an education group. But we do get tips now and again because a lot of our members are just on the cutting edge of DeFi. So here's my video on Radiant. I like it. I think it's cool. I just want you guys to be aware of the inherent sell pressure on the token, the sort of tokenomics of the 28-day lockup or the 50% penalty, which I think is amazing, by the way. I will gladly take a 50% penalty on great APRs. absolutely, I don't mind that at all. That's a huge benefit to me. Unfortunately, what's going on there, kind of in a PvP way, is that you are using the people who are sticking to that full 28 days, who are sort of like better for the health of the protocol, as like your extra liquidity. But it's just my own recommendation. If you want to be safe and fast, or safer and faster, then, you know, compound more frequently. You'll probably end up doing better, or not even compounding, just take profit. I was watching a Ethereum conference recently, and they were saying, like, in bearish and crabbish conditions, in bearish conditions particularly, it's better to just take profit than it is to compound. So that sort of blew my mind, but I get it, right? No one ever felt bad about taking profits and realizing those, straight putting into your bank account. So that's it. Cool platform. I like the mechanics. It's neat. It's pretty intuitive, actually. It's not overly complicated. A 28-day stake with a 50% penalty, that's not too complex, honestly, at the end of the day. So cool on your Radiant. I look forward to seeing more omni-chain protocols. It'll be really cool to see what comes out of, I mean, we're finally seeing these L0s like Stargate being used. I don't know if I said, but like Stargate is the settlement layer for this, the L0 that's allowing this cross-chain interoperability. Is that the right word there? So kudos to Stargate. I know these two teams are working together. It's not like an official partnership, I don't think, but they're working closely together, and they got the go-ahead from Stargate. I think they got a decent endorsement. So yeah, that's what I got, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, yay. I'm not going to ask you to do all the clicky YouTube stuff, because it hurts my soul to do that. But if you want to come hang out with us in the Discord, by all means, come hang out with us in the Discord. We would love to have you. The free section, the paid section, wherever you want to come, as long as you're, hanging out there, being cool, having a good attitude, that's all that matters, right? We're like a giant think tank that has a good vibe. Like, that's how I see us. So thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.